Hello and welcome to VChess. My name is Naiditsch. I am a chess grandmaster. We continue with our educational streams. I will be playing 10-minute rapid games, commenting on openings, middle games, endings, etc. We have it all here on the stream. Especially we have a lot of tactical battles every game. Let's go with our first game of today. Knight on f3. Solid move. Let me know in the chat, how are you doing on Sunday? It is Sunday, end of the week. First today in the chat we have hello by Bean. Second to say hello to us is Shubham and Avocado number 3. Bean is usually one of the first. I don't know how Bean is doing that so quick, so quick. Okay, so we have this kind of quite a solid structure here for both white and black. So let's see what is gonna happen. I'm gonna play with the move e4. This is normal because here we have this setup, so we can go with the move e4. Now usually rook on e1 we are getting ready eventually to play somewhere the move e5. It is not always working, but we can try with the move c3 with the idea to play the move e5 next. d5, e5, this is the idea, to connect it by playing the move d4 next. Oh, Bean. Bean has a cat, okay. So, take. The knight on g4, is it a good knight or is it a bad knight? Let's see, because we will be playing the move h3. Now we have black with immediate knight on h6. We can still go with the move h3, not to allow this bishop on g4 to happen, but I don't know how important is it actually, because we might just play this knight on c3 and it looks like a better position. So I don't know if we should play the move h3. I think we can go with the move knight on c3. Looks pretty logical. We're developing the knight, and then let's see what happens next. Knight on f5. Something dangerous? Not yet. We have the idea of g4 somewhere just to win some space. Is never bad in positions like this one. On the other hand, we can just get out with our bishop, I think. Something like bishop on f4, because the bishop is a little bit stuck there. Not so many ways to develop the bishop. So let's go with the move bishop on f4, I guess. Cannot be a bad play. We are here doing well with our pieces in the center, so I think we should be able next to do something tricky eventually. But of course, let's see. The bishop on g7 is stuck. This is a problem in case you're pushing something like d5. Your bishop will get stuck. So for black, it's not so simple to get out with the bishop from g7. There is some idea of f6, but to open the center now, having the bishop on c8, we have this nice bishop here looking towards the d5 pawn. So in theory, if we find a way to attack the d5 pawn, it's going to be not so easy. We have the move e6 being played. And I think, of course, we can go with the move g4. This looks very good, but there is this knight on g5. So I think I'm going to proceed with the move queen on d2. So you see that all the white pieces are so nicely positioned. In case of queen on b6, attacking the pawn on d4, we're going to defend it by rook on d1. I think it's visible that white's position is here quite good, because all our pieces are so well positioned. We are ready for some action in the center next. Let's see, of course, what our opponent is going to play next, but positionally we are doing better. Just put your pieces to the center is never a bad idea. Welcome everyone to our stream here on VChess. Also, Alexander is with us on Sunday morning. Welcome everyone. In case you're enjoying my comments, push the like button so we get the algorithm going. Sunday is usually a calm day, so maybe many are relaxing on Sunday. As a chess player, actually, Sunday was always a busy day. most of the league games are on the weekends, so Sunday it was usually a busy day. We have the move b6. Where is our opponent going? I am not so sure, so maybe we can go with the move h3. So at some moment we're gonna play the move g4. We can also go first with the move bishop on g5. f6 is almost forced, and we have just a better position there. So I don't know if we should play this, but maybe we can also try to catch the queen, but I don't know how to catch the queen. So g4, knight goes here. If we take, queen take, bishop g5 take. Can we catch the queen somehow? Not sure. Not sure that we can. So it feels like we can maybe try to win the knight, but I just don't know how to do that. So I think we're gonna switch to a different idea. We can play also immediately the move g4 as there is of course knight on h4, but then we have this idea of getting our knight on d6. Many nice continuations. I think g4 cannot be a bad play. Let's go with the move g4. Let's see first if our opponent wants to go knight on h4, which is very tactical because it is not so easy. The queen might get lost. I don't know how to catch it, but on the other hand, it is not looking easy. So knight on e7, so he is trying to be safe. He seems to be a little bit scared to lose the queen. Makes sense, makes sense. Next, we should cover the dark squares. So usually we play the move bishop on h6 or bishop on g5. I like the move bishop on g5. Also, we can play bishop g3, simple move, just a better play. So maybe bishop on g5, quite unpleasant pin. We are waiting to get f6 next. And white is just doing a little bit better after the move at f6 because we have the pressure here and we have the dark squares. Yeah, a pleasant position. Is it a big advantage? I don't know if it's a big advantage, but it is an advantage. So we have bishop on a6. This is very, very dangerous what our opponent is doing because he is allowing us to play the move bishop on f6. This is very, very risky play. Now there will be trouble with a king on g8. The next idea by white could be just this: queen on g5, queen on h4, knight on g5 somewhere. Knight on a5. He literally does not care. Very risky. Should we go with the move queen on h4? Looks good. Some pressure here. And our idea to play the move queen on h4. Wow. So dangerous. So dangerous for black because we can take, play here, play knight on g5. There will be a rook on f8 and then we are winning. Yeah, I think I see the win. I think we're capable of winning this position. It's quite a nice win, by the way. Are we winning? I think we are. So, we are winning here by force. Take a look at that. We are taking. Now we have a little bit of calculation here, but we are winning. King has to take. There is nothing else. I don't know why our opponent is thinking about something. There is nothing else. We give a check. King has to go here. There is nothing else. Our opponent, once again, is considering options, but what are the options here? To go king f8, this is just a checkmate, so now we go knight on g5. We are attacking the pawn, and the next move is gonna be pretty nice, so I will be pushing the f probably. Let's see first the move of our opponent, but we have also a couple of ways of winning the position, so it's not really an f. Because we have many ways of winning the current position. Okay, this is not an F because, yeah, we just have too many winning options. But the idea, you can think about the winning idea here. It is a beautiful idea. I can tell you already what is the idea and you can think a little bit for yourself. So, the winning idea here is that we have this beautiful knight takes h7. We are attacking the rook. King takes, and now we get the rook here. over the third, but there is the move knight on g8, we give a check, knight on h6, so it's not like immediate checkmate. This is why I am not pushing the f. Of course, we can go g5, he takes, we take, and this is completely winning. On the other hand, we can first start with a move rook on e3, which is also completely winning. So this is not an f, because too many options to win the game. Usually I'm pushing the f. This is when we have a direct win. Here we have just many winning continuations, so this is not fair for the f push. Which option should we take? Should we take the option with taking rook on e3, which is a win? Or should we go rook e3 first? He's gonna play the move knight on c6. And actually, rook on h3 is winning because there is completely game over. We can take knight on h7 being a pawn up, so this is also a game over. Many winning continuations for white. We have to choose which one do we play here. I think still I will be going for this knight takes h7 because it's beautiful. This is a beautiful play. Is it a must play? No, but it is a beautiful, so little beautiful tactic. Knight on h7, we're attacking the rook. Next we bring the rook over the third here to h3, and that's it. There is this knight on g8. We will be playing a winning endgame for white. Let me see the chat. What do we have? We have I Play Chess Live also here with us. Welcome, I Play Chess Live. How are you doing? We have also Naruto with us here. Welcome everyone to the stream. I hope you're having a great Sunday so far. If you're enjoying my stream, push the like button a little bit. Rook on e3, rook on h3, knight on g8. As we spoke, this is the only way for black to defend. Now we give a check. So we saw this defense. This is not coming as a surprise. We perfectly anticipated it, and here is the move g5, so this is what we wanted. The queen is gonna be taken, but we take the knight here on h6. King has to go away, and next we will be taking the queen. We can take it with the e-pawn, we can take it with the g-pawn. I don't know what's better, but g usually is not bad. All we need to do next is to bring the rook from a1 to h4, and it is going to be a checkmate. This is only one of the ideas. Of course, we have many different winning ideas here because black has no counterplay. So, for example, we can play the move something like this, or we can go rook e1 followed by the rook e3, rook on h3. This is a lost position for black. There is no comeback from something like this, except for a mouse slip or a blunder. So let's hope that I will be making none of those two. And we will be checkmating our opponent on the h-file. Another winning idea is to play the move h4, h5, which is also, of course, easily winning. Bishop on d3. He tries to put the bishop here, but we will have the option of bishop h3, so this is not helping. Let's go with the move rook on e1. We are playing as planned, rook on e3. Also, we can always take here on d5, knight takes, knight e7 is gonna be a win, but I think there is no need in doing that. We can proceed with simple plan to change the bishops and to give a checkmate, so this is one of the winning ideas. It looks so simple, so I think I'm gonna go for it because it looks nice. Why not to play the move bishop h3? Why not to change the bishop? Why not to give a checkmate next? Very simple, but the most simple things are usually the most powerful ones in chess. So, it looks like it's gonna be a nice finish in the first game of our stream. There is no defense for black. Black king on g8 is in trouble. He takes, I will be taking. All we need to do next is to bring this rook here. And that's it. Rook will be walking. Is there something black can do about it? I think no. I see nothing how black might even try to avoid this rook on e3 play. In case Black Knight is gonna attack something, we might even just simply defend from the Black Knight, but I think we should go for a direct checkmate. The only chance is to run. But how to run? You have the king on g8, so there is no running here available. The rook is getting to the final position. We are in the final stage of the game. And the stage is a checkmate that is coming very, very soon. We have the move g5. How does it help? I don't know. So I'm bringing my rook here to g3 and taking the pawn on g5 with a checkmate on h8. That's it. That's it, I think. No more tricks, no more anything here. Rook is getting to g3. Rook takes g5. The game is done. We played the game on the dark squares, so it is a very positional game here. We did it step by step. Positional games are nice because sometimes positional game is ending with a huge tactic because you're building up your positional advantage, and in the end of the game it's always tactics because positional advantage doesn't win by itself. Positional advantage only gives you opportunities to win something big. So yeah, first positional advantage, then tactics. Alright, alright. Our opponent tries to take the rook on e3. We play here. Next is rook takes g5, and that's it. Rook takes g5, of course. The next move is a checkmate on h8. Alright. Good start of our stream with a positional win here. Let's go with the next game. Let's see who will be our next opponent. Yesterday we have been facing International Master for a couple of games. It's quite rare that we face a title player because title players are not playing Rapid online. And the reasons are very, very obvious. I already described many times the reasons to play online Rapid is basically impossible. So that's why we're not facing a lot of title players. It was nice to play International Master yesterday. We have the move knight on c6 here, so we can proceed with the idea of c5. Maybe we will be doing a little bit better. This is usually the plan for white, to have this setup with the move c5. These positions, it's hard to say if they're better for white or not better, but we are aiming to be a little bit better. The idea is to play the move here usually, then to take, then to play the move b4. So to allow bc is not the best. To take on b6 is fine, but I think we should go for bishop takes. We have the option of knight on e5. I don't know if this is a useful option immediately to play this knight on e5. Maybe it is, or to play the simple b4, because we threat to play the move b5. One of those we have to choose from. I think maybe just or to attack. Not sure. Not sure what is the solution here. Both is looking normal. Okay, maybe let's go with the move knight on e5, a little bit more active. We are attacking the bishop on c6. We would like to play the b4 next. We try to be like a little bit better with the white pieces. Also, it is a calm position, so there is no risk in ending up somewhere in trouble here with the white pieces. Normally, of course, you can always end up in trouble, but in most of the cases, white is just doing slightly better. Let's proceed with the move b4 exactly as we wanted, so we keep this strong pawn structure. In case of bc, usually we take with the b pawn, but it is possible to think about d takes c5. So we are getting very, very active here, but the center, to give up on the center is never an easy decision. So I think we're gonna take with the b pawn, which is more typical. We keep this good structure here. We try to get a little better play. At some moment, we might be even taking on c6, followed by the move queen on a4. So for example, now we might do it. I think this position is just slightly better play for white. Not much, but slightly better. On the other hand, we can play also the short castle idea, bishop f4. It is also slightly better because the bishop is not so great at the moment on c6. So maybe let's do the first short castle. We keep our knight for a little bit longer. on e5. Just we need to be sure that this move knight on e4 is not harming us. Well, I think we'll be doing a little better. On the other hand, we can avoid this knight on e4 by playing the move rook on e1. Should we avoid it or should we let it happen? We can also play the move f3 just to guarantee that knight is going to d7. As well, it's gonna be a little bit better position for white, but I think it's alright. So let's go with the move bishop f4. I feel like bishop is doing well on f4 because it is protecting the b8 square. So we will be dominating now on the b file. That's the main idea of the bishop f4. Very, very calm play. Once again, not much the moment to do here for white and black. Queen is going to a5. I don't know if this is a good play, because where is the queen going actually? Also the bishop, where will be the bishop moved? I'm not sure, so let me play the move queen on d2, something normal. We're developing the pieces, we would like to be strong here on the b file. So we are playing very, very solid chess, like step by step, very easy answers. For the moment, by us, we don't need to invent anything here. We would like to be strong on the b file, so we are going for it. The bishop has no real squares to go. Bishop e8 is possible, but feels passive. Bishop a8, well, what do you do next? Queen on a6. Also, this is a very, very normal play by our opponent. He would like potentially to get knight on e4. So this should be the main idea for black here, to play the knight on e4. Because after change, maybe white is doing better, but it is far from easy. That's why I'm gonna switch maybe a little bit the strategy here, and I'm gonna play the move bishop on g5 to have this pin here. And it's so difficult for black to do something against the pin, so it's not like loss of a tempo. This is pretty standard play. As well, we have the move f3, but I don't know, I don't like f3 because he's gonna go away somewhere. Will be the move f6. It's possible to play it also, but I like the move bishop g5 more, so we don't need to worry any longer about the move knight on e4, and theoretically we might be also active here with this rook e1, rook e3, and a rook on g3. I think we are doing slightly better. Let's push, let's push, let's push. What do we have in the chat? Do we have some questions? Do we have some questions in the chat? No questions yet. Don't be shy. Don't be shy in the chat. In case you have some questions, please do ask them. In case it's not me answering them, we have a very, very strong chat here on VChess, so you just ask whatever you want. Now we have the move rook on b8, so he gives us a chance for this knight on g4. Very risky play, by the way, by our opponent. I just don't know if we should do that. So we play here knight on g4, next we're gonna take on f6. What a risky play, because this can end up just with a checkmate if our opponent is unlucky. On the other hand, we are doing so well, so there is no reason to play it. Maybe first to play rook here, but he will be going rook on b7. This is better for white, so we are doing better. Just I would like to be much better. So knight on g4. Is it time to play this beautiful knight on g4? I think it is. I think it is, because we are not risking anything, and maybe it's gonna be a checkmate. Knight on g4. He has missed the idea of knight on g4. This is clear, because he would not allow me this knight on g4. If he takes, I'm gonna take on e7. This opposite color bishop position is looking so dangerous for black, so I don't think he's gonna play it. He has to allow me to take on f6, but then it gets crazy, because just imagine we take, let's say he takes, we take, he takes, we have this. Oh, he plays king h8, so he did his move very, very quickly. The question is, first, queen f4, is it just a game over? Because how to play after queen on f4? He has this knight on h5 idea. Okay, so this is not a game over yet. Still, white is doing better there, of course. On the other hand, we can just advance here by playing rook on e1. This is also not so easy. The next move by black, what should it be? What should be the next move by black? We can also calculate this take. He's gonna take with the pawn. We're gonna play the queen on h6. Rook on g8 probably is the only one. We're winning the pawn. He goes rook on g7, but this is a pawn up position for white, so this is much better. This is also a much better position, so we can take with the bishop, and we are doing much better. What should we do here? Hard to say, because both is just looking like a much better position for white. Maybe first let's get, or maybe not, so hard to say. Hard to say, both is just so good. Let me calculate a little bit here. So I believe we should win the pawn, because why not to win the pawn in case we can? On the other hand, yeah, it's a little bit of play for black there. So maybe first rook on e1. Okay, let's go rook e1, because this knight on g8, I'm not so scared of that. This is clearly better for white. And yeah, if he does something else, then we will be taking here on f6, and we have this queen there. Rook is getting over e3 to a3. This looks like a very dangerous position now for black. Especially that it's quite unpleasant to play, so it's not only dangerous, it's also very unpleasant. Black is squeezed. No real potential here for black. We are doing this kind of slow play. And yeah, let's see what happens next. Slow push again. Slow push once again. So he wants to change to get into a worse position and try to hold it. I mean, that's possible. We can go away, by the way. Let's go here. Bishop f4. Let's attack the rook first, because there is, again, no rush to do anything in this position. We are slowly trying to advance. I don't know if we should cover the b file, which is also giving white a clear advantage, so why not? Let's go with the move rook on b1. Let's see if we will be attacking or we will be just doing better on the b file. Both is looking good, so step by step, no rush here. Next we should, I don't know what we should do here. Should we change and be slightly better, or let's see first what is gonna be his move. So we will be deciding to play on the b file or to give him a checkmate. I think we can do both. This is sometimes a problem when you can do both, because when you have just a winning plan, then it's easy, but when you have 2-3 good options, you start to hesitate. Alright. Our opponent is taking his time to think. This is making sense, because the position... Oh, he goes for a very nasty position here. Still, we will be taking first on b7. I think now we don't need to go for a checkmate any longer. We will be just doing much better on the b file. So even this opposite color bishop position is so tough. You have the bad bishop, you have no control over the b file. This is a very difficult position, to say it softly, because if we would use more hard words, it might be a very bad position for black. Also, no moves with a knight from g8. Where is the knight going? I will be not taking immediately, even though I can take immediately. This is not a mistake. It is not a mistake. So now we are putting our rook here on the b file. So we are doing clearly much better in this position. We have the move bishop d6. I don't know if I need to play the move bishop d6. How does it help? Doesn't help immediately, so maybe the queen is going here to c4, but maybe also not, because what is the point of that? Let me play just this calm move h3, just in case, to have king on h2. So very positional play. We have all the time that we need. Next, maybe let's transport the knight on g3 as a option. Is it a must play? No, of course not. Queen is on c4, so I will be having this knight on e5 all the time. It is so dangerous for black. Maybe I have even already a winning combination take. I don't know if this is a win. I have bishop e5. He's gonna go back, but also this is looking terrible for black. Still, I believe knight on e2 is looking nice, because what is his defense against knight on e2? Is there a defense? I would like to get my knight here. There is some kind of bishop here, but this is also not really looking like a defense in my view, so... I Play Chess Live, thank you very much for your support. Let's still win the game, and then we will be discussing what could be done, what could be not done. So, how to win the game here. I think this is good. Knight on e2 is looking so nice because I'm gonna bring the knight, and yeah, this should be a very, very bad position for black. I Play Chess Life is saying if you hold Shift, Control, Alt, and right click, drag, you can have different color arrows. This also works with a right click tap. Okay, thank you very much. I Play Chess Life is our technical guy here on the stream. He's always suggesting us many different options, what is possible to be pushed. So still the move bishop on b5. He wants to get my knight. I thought I played just this knight here, and it is a game over. Is it correct, or do I miss something? I don't know. I think it is correct. Knight on g3. I think he cannot take the pawn on d4 because we have two different solutions there how to win the game. So in case the d4 pawn cannot be taken, then white to play the move bishop on b5 is a very big question. Next we will be going knight h5. So exactly as we planned, step by step, or maybe it's time to take and give a checkmate. Wow, this is crazy. And now we can catch the queen almost. Can we catch the queen? Or not yet, or not yet. Of course, we are completely winning. We can play this move. This endgame is just a game over, but can we catch the queen, or just to take? Yeah, just to take, I think is it winning? Yes, this one. I don't know if this is a win, so let me go rook on b4, just to have this safe winning endgame, because I'm not sure that I'm winning there. It's not like 100%, but now we will be pushing the pawn. I think this is a game over, so I will be taking first. Now I think this move wins the game, because I don't see a defense. How to stop it. So we have little time on the clock. I should play quicker. The pawn is walking. And then we have this rook on b8. So is there a way to stop this for black? I think objectively speaking, no, but I played so slowly, so of course I should have played quicker. Objectively speaking, we have a winning position here. This is sure. To stop the c-pawn doesn't seem like there is a way to do that, so... what is this? Now we will be taking first. Next, we will be pushing the c7, and I think that's it. No, because we have the a4 coming next. a4. Yes, but this is game over. No, now all we need to do is to bring our knight, and it's gonna be over. So let's start walking with our knight. So we go here, 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 and that's it. Is there something black is capable of doing against our idea? By the way, we have a different idea. No, I will be choosing a different idea. We have a different option also here to win the game, so... I think black is completely paralyzed, by the way. It's like there's nothing you can do against the idea of knight here first. This. So he cannot really move. No moves for black. What a sad position here. Let's go here first. Let's go. And how to win the game. Let's go away. Now knight is getting here, and b6 next, so it is over. But I have no time. Oh, I didn't check my time. This is bad. I'm gonna lose the game because I'm so slow. Yeah, this is pity. I didn't check my time at all. So we will be probably losing the game. I didn't pay attention to the time. This is pity. This is pity. I should have played way quicker. I should have played way quicker. What? He took my pawn? He took my rook. Oh no, he took my rook. And now, who is quicker with the mouse? Because there is literally, he can do nothing here. He pushes. Yeah, but okay, such a play by the guy. He just pushed. This is amazing, okay? This is amazing. Such a tricky guy. I mean, he is really tricky. Have you seen this E3 play? I mean, such an experienced online player. Obviously, he is. I mean, he is not a very good player, but he is so tricky. Have you seen that? How tricky is the guy? That's funny. That's just funny. Yeah. This is a funny guy. So, let's see. What do we have currently on the board? We have, I think, quite a normal position here. And yeah, I'm so bad when it comes to seconds. So bad. Because of course we should have won this game so easily, but I've been not paying much attention, so yeah. To the time. Knight on a4. Let's go back. We are having once again a nice position. Knight on a4 is of course not doing so well, so don't play moves like knight on a4. This is making no sense to put the knight to the corner of the board. No. We are having here the pin. Yeah, that's true. Opponent had so much time. Of course, I thought I'm just completely winning because rook more, yeah. Opponent had too much time. I should have played way quicker, but I think it is almost a game over now. Look, we are now. What is that? Look at the move a3. Our opponent completely panics. I don't understand that because we can just take. What is the point of that? He's giving us a piece immediately and resigns. Wow. Okay, let's offer another rematch. What is that? What was this? He's giving us a piece and resigns. Let's go with a Queen's Gambit, or I don't know what it will be. Let's see. Let's see. Revenge. Well, I cannot call it really a revenge because it was no game. Actually, also in the first game, of course, it was no game because we've been doing better from the very early stages, and it was a good game. H6, quite bad. So don't play in this move h6. This is risky. Not in this move order. And let's go with the move h4. It's funny. I will show you something very, very funny. Usually we play the move bishop d3. This is slightly better. But now we go with the checkmate g4. This idea is not so bad. So again, this is not like ridiculously bad idea. It is not bad at all. You will see. Very, very playable for white to play like this. Next we have g5 ideas, and we have the move h5. Both can be played. Let me think if we should go. Maybe let's go bishop d3 first. So we got this king here on e2. Now that he plays bishop on g7, he's getting ready to play f5 or g5. We should think about playing the move g5, I think. Should we play the move g5? I think g5 is alright. Question is h5. No h5. We have the move h5 on the board. So he tries to be very, very solid. This is making sense. Absolutely. This is a good play by our opponent. Still, black is a little bit squeezed. That's why we can choose, I don't know, e4. Let's get a little bit more active. e4. e5. Ooh, this is working. Is this working? Because he's doing passive with his pieces, so maybe e5 is a great play, but let's see, of course, if it is. We can win the pawn, so... Is it a good play to play the move e5? Maybe. Can we take? He's gonna take. Or should we take? Maybe put the knight on e4. We have a great knight, but our king is not doing so well on e1, so maybe e5 is a great play. So yeah, looks like a very good play, the move e5. I didn't think immediately that this is a great play, but maybe it is, yeah. Maybe it is just something very, very strong here. How should we react against the move e5? Not so easy, because if I lose control over the center, then black will be doing better. So I think we should try here to be solid, otherwise it's gonna be a bad position. How to be solid here? Maybe knight takes, but looks bad. I think I should take with the pawn, but I don't like it. This is what I don't like already. Yeah, this e4 play was bad. I should not have done it. I thought e5 is not that strong, but it is super strong. Super strong play, e5. And now black is having an excellent position here. We are not like in big danger, but d4, I don't know. Good play or bad play, because he's closing the position and he has a bishop pair. So with the bishop pair, usually you try to open the position. After d4, the position is closed. So it is like c5. He's trying to close everything, but I don't know if this is a good idea to close everything. This looks a little bit strange. Let's go with the move queen on d2, I think. Or we can even castle short side in case we need to, but I think queen on d2. Let's see what happens next. He closed everything. He's having the bishop pair. This is usually the wrong plan, because we might be doing better now. Once again, he takes with a bishop on e5. Interesting. So he allows me this, but he wants to get the knight on e5, and the knight is getting to f3. On the other hand, the bishop is stuck there. So let's see. Knight on f4. Looks normal. Let's get the knight on d5. Bishop pair for black, but we have a closed position. So, very interesting game here. At the moment, our opponent is playing very, very strong to take on f7. To take on f4 is, by the way, a big positional mistake. So he should never take on f4. This is just a horrible error. He's hoping to get some kind of f6, I think, but this is terrible play. How to give up on your bishop? You should never do that. This is just a mistake. So we have the move e5, I think. Very, very interesting. Let's think where to keep the king. I think short castle is okay, but also to play king on d2 is looking very, very nice. So, there is this f6 coming, so we should calculate the move e5. If e5 works, then of course we should play the move e5. So let's calculate e5. He has a rook there on e8, and now we should think e5, rook e8, how to defend in this position. It looks like a much better position for white, so we should find a way. We should find a way to keep the pawn on e5, and after that it is just a game over. So I think this we have the option of king f1. He's gonna play this b6. We're gonna play bishop e4, rook e1. Looks like a better position, I think, but it is very, very tactical, so it's important not to miss something. In case we miss something, this is bad. This would be terrible. How is it to give the queen for the 2 pieces? Also very, very interesting. Should we play the move e5? By the feeling, it is the way to play it, but feelings might be wrong here. We should play the move f4 long term. So in case we get the move f4, we are doing better. Maybe let's play the calm play first, and then we're gonna get into the action. This move f6, I don't know if this is a good play, because we can take and then I have queen on g5. So we can go queen on g3 with a simple idea of short castle. Is looking like a better play for white. He is going to play b6, so not so easy somehow. Not so easy. Strange, because it should be a very, very good position, but okay, let's go. Let's go e5. Enough of thinking. I play chess saying, hi GM, try to hold T and move the cursor over the board. Okay, so we can try. Ooh. We throw away the pawn. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Now, where to put the king? Short castle, take. How is this position? Is it good or is it bad? Because he's so bad in his development. We have this king here walk. Also looks possible, or king here. I think maybe king on f1 is normal with the move rook on e1 next. Alright, alright. What do we have in the chat? Thank you, I'm good today. b6. Makes sense, but we have the option of putting our bishop to d5. I think we're gonna play it because it looks quite good. Bishop on e4. We're targeting the rook. He is lucky that there is no e6 winning at the moment. So let's go with the move, maybe bishop d5 as we planned. We have this huge bishop here. Next is gonna be rook e1, king on g2. Of course, position is not so easy, but white is doing better in this position. I think this is quite obvious. Maybe even to start with the move king on g2 is normal, or should we bring the rook? Or can we go for the endgame? Also, endgame is not so bad, but I like the move king on g2 first, because anyway we have to bring the rook into the game. So I think it's better to bring the rook from the h than from the e. So let's bring the rook. We have a nice position. Next, if we bring the knight, look at this. If we can bring the knight, it is a game over. So, for example, this one. This is just over. If I manage to do that, this is resignation. Are we capable of doing it? Let's see, let's see. Queen on d7, very tricky play. He wants to give me a check, or not so sure what he wants. Maybe he wants, maybe not. Maybe we should go queen on d7, actually quite a good play by the guy. Sometimes he plays not so good, but sometimes he plays a really good play. So, what can we do here? Is there a way to win the game quickly? I don't think so, so let's go back. I didn't like this so much, but okay. Still, we are having a very, very nice position, so everything is great. Everything is good here. We are doing much, much better. But he plays super fast. Sometimes he plays very, very poorly. Because he plays so anti-positional play that, but sometimes he's playing very, very quickly and very, very strong. So it is an opponent that is very difficult to predict his play. Sometimes very, very good. On the other hand, sometimes just terrible, just terrible. I mean, just moves that even a player who is an amateur would not play. I don't know, it's so difficult to predict the play of our guy. I think we are doing better here. We have pressure. If we get the knight to e4, this is resignation straight away. So we are having a good position here with white. He is searching for sure for some tricks. So it is a very, very tricky guy, but not so easy to trick us in this position, I think. Let's see how the game is going to develop. Long shot by our guy. Long shot. Why is he thinking now so much? Usually he's so quick. And now he's thinking and thinking. Maybe he doesn't like something. But what is it? What is it that he doesn't like? If I would know that, this would be good. I will be trying to play a little bit quicker now because, again, I played way too slow. It's because I try to explain the positions. Of course, I can play much faster, but then we would have no reason in the stream. So to make the stream reasonable, I have to explain my ideas, and yeah, sometimes we're low on time because of that. Let's see, of course, what happens next. I think we're doing slightly better here in this position. Still, it is a very complex position, so it is not an easy play. Our opponent is going down on time, so he is thinking about something. I don't know about what. What is he thinking about so long? Is it... I don't know. I don't know what it is, because he's thinking now really a lot. A6, what? This is ridiculous. I mean, I would never guess this. Even if you would let me guess, I don't know how many times, I would never guess this play, because it makes no sense. He gives me a check. Why is he doing that? Okay, I will be going here just in case, but why A6? It's like, why? This is weird. No, but this is what I told you. Sometimes he plays very good, and then he does something that is why to give a check and come back. No, but I understand now zero of the moves of our opponent, literally zero. So I will be playing maybe how to get the knight there. So this, the knight is getting now to e4. How can you explain what happened now on the chessboard? So weird. He doesn't care about the knight e4, knight f6. This is insane. A6, b5. This is insane. Absolutely insane, because he is under huge pressure. So the knight is getting now to f6. And he's giving up everything he has just on the spot. Like, why to do that? This is something I don't understand at all. So how to win the game, by the way, should be now easily winning. So let me take the pawn on b5. a4, of course, we hold the bishop on b5. And this is complete game over, so very strange play. So I can only repeat myself. Sometimes he's playing so well and then he is just blundering. Every pawn is falling now, so how is it possible? Sometimes such a good play, and sometimes you see what he's doing. He is just giving us everything he has on the board. Also, he gives away the c5 pawn. Why is he doing that? Is here something dangerous? Let me calculate for a little bit. Yeah, it might be a little bit tricky there, so let's play this one. Rook on c8, let's go away. Yeah, he will try to flag us because I played once again so slow. Why do I play so slow? I should have played way quicker. This position is a complete game over. I mean, like, complete. Still, yeah. Tricky play. What a guy. What a player, but how to beat him here? I don't know what to play. It's like... Okay, let's play something random. I don't know why I play this. We have to try to checkmate the guy, because otherwise I will be losing on time, so... Also, I don't know, now he starts to play way stronger than he did before. Like, way stronger. So, this is a guy that is like... I don't know, we will be losing on time, but we will not play him any longer, because I don't understand the way he plays. Sometimes... really bad. I mean, like, super bad. And then we have, like, huge play by the guy, so... This is also now, like, he played fantastic. So, okay, we will be resigning this game. We have no chance here. So, we will be losing the game. That's pity, because I should have played way faster. But, yeah. We will be resigning because I lose on time. Very strange player. He is playing between extremely bad, like phenomenally bad, and then he plays super strong. I don't know. Super weird, because he plays a couple of very strong plays, like for example e5. Very strong, very fast. And then, let's say, he plays a move like a6. I mean, if you even let me guess, I don't know, 15 times, I would never play the move a6 because it's so bad. Why to play a6? Now knight on d2, so it's obvious. And he thinks for 3 minutes before playing the move a6. So, this is a sign that, okay, this is a very weak player. Just extremely weak. He doesn't understand in 3 minutes that the knight is getting to f6, or what's the point? Makes no sense. I mean, just makes absolutely no sense. So also here, b5, take a look at that. He just lets me take the rook. Why to do that? You can go away with the queen. Okay, knight is getting to e4. Just go away. Why to give the rook? He's giving me the rook immediately. No, but okay, this is a joke, yeah? And now he starts to play the best. So, very curious. He played so poorly, and now he starts to play fantastic. So, rook on king on g8, fantastic play. He gives me this pawns, I don't know why. Now, super tricky, rook on c8, rook on c2, good play. And now the bishop g4, good play immediately, because it is the only way to fight. There's rook on d8 coming, I don't know. Super weird. It's like we're playing a very weak player, and then we're playing very strong player who plays super fast and super strong. So I don't understand that. This is making no sense. So we will be not playing the guy again, because this kind of play is making no sense. I mean, obviously we're playing against a player of, I don't know, Elo 1800, 1900 max, because he understands nothing positionally, like zero. But at some moments he starts to play fantastically. This is crazy. This is crazy, so we will be not playing the guy again because super weird. Bean has a question. Why do I lose so badly on weekend but not during the week? Why are weekends? Let me make a move, otherwise the game will be cancelled. Why are weekends? Weekend 500 ELO players such strong? I don't know. Bean, come on. I don't think there should be a difference between weekend or no weekend. I think this is just coincidence. This is nothing else than coincidence. There is no difference. Alright, alright. So, let's play the next game. We have the move G3 on the board. Let's go with the move C6, which is normal D4. This is still theory. We are proceeding with the move E4 and D5 next. I don't know, Bean. I don't know. I don't have an answer to your question. Why on the weekend it is harder? No idea, Bean. This is strange. In this position, I'm playing the move Bishop B4 because I would like to get the D5 plate. The move Bishop on G5 is not the main options here. Queen on B3 is making sense, but I think I have the move Queen on A5 if I'm not mistaken, because of course he can take on F6. We will be taking back, we get the move D5. It should be okay for black. To my understanding, yes, he takes, we are taking back. Let's see what happens next. Yeah, the problem of Bean, I don't know. I don't know what is this problem of Bean. Knight on H3, good play. The knight is getting to F4. I would have done the same. This is a good play by our opponent. Once again, we're facing a very, very strong opponent. But the last guy, this was so weird. The last guy sometimes playing fantastic, and then just immediately after that, he is playing like a beginner. I mean, the swings been unbelievable. Because it's not so easy to play very, very quickly and, for example, to blunder nothing. It's like very, very rare happening in chess. Because you have to be like super strong for that. You have to be like Vishy Anand, you have to be Nepomniachtchi or somebody like that. On a normal, even GM level, to play quickly and to blunder nothing is basically impossible. This is never happening. And of course, you never have the swings. The swings are not existing, or to a very, very small degree. Knight on C6. We are taking the pawn on D4. Let's see if we can take it. Let's see. If we can win the pawn on D4, we have to defend the pawn on D5. For the moment, White is playing a fantastic game, but we are also playing a good game. So for the moment, it is a high quality game. We would like to take the pawn on D4. Let's see if we can. Is I Play Chess Live still with us because we own a game to I Play Chess Live? Let me know if you are here. So, E3, again the best play by our opponent. We will be playing the move Bishop on E6. I Play Chess Live, sure game, let's play. Good, I Play Chess Live after the game. Let's have a game, because I Play Chess Live is our technical guy, of course a big supporter here on the VChess community, but as well the technical guy showing us the tricks. Too many tricks, I cannot remember so many tricks on the keyboard. So, bishop on h3, interesting. Why to put the bishop there? Looks strange, because we can even play the move f5 and everything is safe. This is a little bit strange to play the move bishop on h3. Not the right place for the white bishop, but maybe he wants to castle short side. Is it possible? It is. It is. Maybe not so bad, even though it looks a bit weird, but maybe not a bad play. We can get our king here on e7 would be normal. Or to play the move f5, which would be also normal, but it's a big fight. It's a big fight. I think I should connect the rooks by my feeling. King on e7 is looking good because we get this rook on d8 next. And in case white is taking, we're gonna take back with the pawn. So this is gonna be, I think, alright. So, let's see what our opponent's going to play. For the moment, extremely good game by our opponent, because this bishop h3 is very strange, but maybe it's a good play. I have to defend the pawn on d5, so I have to be cautious. King on e7, a little bit dangerous, of course. Let's go rook on d8 as we planned. We're defending the d5 pawn, and we try to be safe here. But somehow I think white's position is better, so our opponent is outplaying us. Wow. Not easy, not easy. A3. Okay, we have to take. We don't have a choice here. B7 is weak, but C3 is also weak, so I think next we should play something like here or here, but it's tough. Not easy to get to the C3 pawn. Also, I don't understand very much why is he thinking so much. Because he wants to take, but is it possible to take? So dangerous. Wow, I didn't even think about taking because it looks so dangerous for white, so white to risk it, but maybe he takes. We are playing against a tactical genius, because what happens after king on d6? I mean, how to take here on b7? Because it looks so bad. It looks terrible, but maybe it is working, so if it is working, of course, you do that, but let's see. King on d6. I thought I'm gonna catch the queen. Now he wants to take probably and get this queen on f7, but this feels so strange to give the piece for for white. I would never do that, because he had a good position, so why not just simple b take c3? Why to go for something like we have now on the board? So risky. Maybe I understand that he wants to take. Yeah, and then he wants to run away with the queen. Okay, now I understand his idea. Okay, we're playing against someone who is probably just too strong for us. He is outplaying us so easily. Wow. Let's see if we still have any kind of chances to fight in this position with black pieces. So we have to set up a strong pawn structure. So it is not over, because we have a very good pawn structure. In case we manage to change the queens, the things will be fine here for black, but it is not easy to change the queens. We have this kind of play. The problem is that our opponent is just outplaying us. It is not the position, but that he is just better. This is a problem at the moment. We are not strong enough. Very complicated position. I'm curious what he's going to play now, because it is such a complex position here. So many options for white and black. This structure is so good for any kind of endgame. Is gonna be alright for black. Maybe slightly worse, but black should hold. Endgames are fine, but it's not so easy to get into an endgame. Position is very complicated. Let's see what is the next play. Rook on b1. Also rook fb1. Very strange. Why not to take the rook from a? But okay. Next we should be cautious here because I might get checkmated. So we can play this rook on b8. The queen is gonna run. We can attack the queen, but I don't think we can catch it. So it's better that we play the move queen on c7. We try to escape in an endgame. This is the best we can do in an endgame. I think we should have decent chances to play for a draw here because of the great pawn structure. Our opponent is always spending like 10-20 seconds each move he does, but the moves are incredibly good. So we are just getting outplayed. What can I say? Bishop f1, also perfect play by the guy. The guy is so good. Very, very difficult to play. Players who are so strong, so let us fight. There is nothing we can do except fighting in this very, very difficult position. Plus, our opponent is just stronger. So it's like 2 minuses in 1. Position is slightly worse, but I think under normal circumstances, c4 also perfect play by the guy. He is so good. How to survive here? I think we have to take because I don't see something else. Let's go here. We have the king in the center, so we have a little bit of chances still, but he's just too strong, so he is just too good. King on f1 also playing perfect endgame. Yeah, very, very calm. I mean, this is a play of somebody like Caruana. Let us call the guy Fabiano. Can we play against Fabiano? Very hard. He is so good. Knight on a5. Let's see where the bishop is going to go. Do we have some chances still left? Yes, we have, because this is not an easy endgame to win with white. So, of course, we do have chances against Fabiano. I played a lot of games, by the way, against Fabiano Caruana. He is so good. Especially, he's very, very good in direct positions. Direct position against Caruana is so hard to play, because he is so good there. What is happening here? He's giving us the b file. What is happening? In case I take and I play this knight on c4, is it not just a pawn? He gave us a pawn. After a fantastic game, he gives us bishop now in one move. What? And resigns. Okay. This is insane. We will never play him again. Because this is Fabiano. And then we have, instead of Fabiano, we have just a player. Oh, sorry. I misclicked. I play chess live. I play chess live, of course. The next game is against I play chess live. Let's go. Where is the challenge by I play chess live? 10 minutes unrated, please, because we cannot play rated games against our viewers. I think it's better to play unrated. So, of course, warm support for I play chess live in the chat. I play chess live, our technician. But now we can use the tricks that I play chess live showed us against him. Because we have the B push. Let me do that. Boom. And this. Let's use the tricks of I play chess live against him. Caro-Kann. It's a very calm line of the Caro-Kann, so let's see if we will see dynamic game or it's gonna be a positional game. For the moment, it is a positional game. Bishop on e2, yes, this is going to be a positional game. Usually it's good to have the bishop on g4. It looks a little bit strange to change the bishop versus knight, but this is what people do in the Caro-Kann. The idea is that we have this beautiful pawn structure, this pawn on d5, and these positions are very playable for white and black. They are more or less equal, so very, very normal game. We have bishop on g5. Okay, so should we play the move h6 to ask, would you like to take the knight on f6, or would you like to do something else? Something else. No, bishop on d6, because we would like eventually to have this g5 somewhere. I think bishop g5 is not the best, so usually for white it's better to play the c3 play, very, very slow position. Bishop on g5 is a little bit more aggressive, but it might backfire. This is the problem, that bishop is not doing so well now on h4, so it might backfire. Knight on c3. Usually you play the move c4 or c3. Knight is not doing perfect on c3, and we have, of course, the move g5 now, so the bishop has to be moved to g3. There is nothing else we can take, I think. And maybe we have the option of this queen on b6, attacking the pawn on d4, not so easy to defend the pawn. We have also the option of queen on d6, followed by the long castle, pressure here. So black, I think, is doing well. Maybe, I don't know, queen on b6 or queen on d6, both is looking interesting. Maybe queen on b6, because to defend the pawn on d4 is difficult. Not easy. Yes, there is a pressure here on the f-file, of course. Still, it is not easy to defend the pawn on d4, so I think iPlayChess Live played a good game. The bishop g5, not the best, but otherwise, for the moment, it is a good game. So, let's see, of course, what happens next. It is big fight here. I will be probably castling long side, and I will be trying maybe also to push this knight on e2, defending the pawn on d4. Yes, this is looking good. And my idea was to castle long side. So we have the move h5, g4 somewhere. We have the move knight on e4 somewhere. We have e5 ideas somewhere. You see that the game is getting very, very dynamic. Let's see what happens next. Position, I think, is not so easy. It's not like black is doing now much better. I don't think so. I think it is an interesting game. a4, good play. a5 is coming next. It is a sacrifice, but the position of the black king might get open. I will be also attacking with the move h5, so now we are pushing on each other. a4 is also very useful because you have this rook on a3 idea. So queen on d2, a little bit too passive and too quickly played. This is too passive and too quickly. You play a4, you play a5, so you don't stop on the halfway. Queen on d2. Also very, very quickly played by iPlayChess, and he gives me the chance of playing the move g4. Of course, we are not missing on g4 chances. So, a5, yes, a5 is good. My idea is to be as safe as possible, I think, with the move queen on c7. Because to take the pawn, or to try to take the pawn, is usually just bad. We should try to be safe, so it means I don't touch nothing here on the king side. And I try to push on the queen side, and I try to push on the king side, so against the white king. We have the... boom. This is what iPlayChess introduced us, by the way. So we're using the trick of iPlayChess Live against him. GF. The e4 square is covered, but here is the next issue, and it is the... maybe even with the rook from the d, we are targeting the g3 pawn. Very, very difficult position now for iPlayChess, playing a little bit too quick, because position was just so complex. White should have thought a little bit longer before playing queen on d2 and a4. To play quickly is not a bad idea, but in case you're playing too quickly, you're just not surviving. So to find a good mix, of course, is crucial. Next, maybe let's go with the move rook on g7, followed by the move rook on g8. So we put the pressure hit there, a6, yes, and b6. Still, the game is not over. Black is having a piece up. Yes, Black is doing much better here. This is obvious, but it is still not a game over. b3 was the idea, c4 makes sense. I would have played the move rook on a3. Now we have here the pressure on the g-file. Also, the knight is a little bit shaky, but not falling apart yet. We have the h4 idea, but then there is g4, so it's still not a win. So I think we should get more active by playing the move e5. So we're now bringing our last piece into the attack. It is a knight from c6. All the black pieces are ready for this kind of final decisive attack against the king on h2. Let's see how the game is gonna end, but we are doing well. The knight is joining the game. Again, I try to play always with all the pieces. This is crucial. Oh, c4, too quickly played once again by iPlayChessLive. Too quickly played. Here comes the fork, and that's it. And that's it. That's pity. Not a bad game overall, but some moments iPlayChessLive is playing a little bit too quick. He should think a little bit more, and then the things would be fine, but too quickly played, and here comes the fork. iPlayChessLive is now upset, of course, seeing the fork, but what to do? Chess is a brutal game. Chess is just a brutal game. So, we can take on g3. The rook can defend the queen from c3 in case of rook on c1. Queen down for iPlayChessLive. Now it's getting hard. Rook on c3. That's it. That's it. Queen is a queen. Queen is a queen. So, queen takes on c3. Now we have the check. Now we have the queen takes a1. Okay, we give a check. And next move is queen on g2. Till the checkmate. Yes. Alright, alright. So, warm support for iPlayChessLive in the chat, please. iPlayChessLive, one of our best members on the channel. And iPlayChessLive, I give you a few advices here. First, don't play the move bishop g5. Usually, the way to play this position is to play this calm c3. Then you go rook on e1. Then you go like knight on d2. Knight on f1, for example. Knight e3, knight on g4. You are playing a long game having the bishop pair. This is usually the way to play the position. Yeah, iPlayChessLive is riding on my queen, yeah. Exactly. So the way to play this position is with the move c3, rook e1. So very, very calm way to play. Bishop on g5 because you don't really want to take. And now you suffer because there is no bishop g3. I have the move g5. As well, knight on c3. In general, c3 is the plan, or the move c4. So you can think about both. c4 opening the bishop. Knight on c3 is not helping you to attack this strong pawn center of black. That's why now black is doing already a little bit better. a4 I like the move a4 because you have the defense of rook a3. Or you push a5. h5, g4 is a threat, and now you play a little bit too fast. Just 7 seconds. And queen on d2. This is too quick, iPlayChessLive. You should have thought here a little bit more because the position is complex, especially that you are under pressure. So you have to be precise in defending the position, which is never easy. So it's better to take your time to find some kind of defense, or maybe you should push a5. You say, all right, I can, of course, take on a5, but at least there's gonna be some little bit of play, or you're gonna risk something else, or you're gonna play maybe g4 to save the bishop. So you have a couple of options. A little bit too quickly played, and yeah, with a piece down, it is just already a very, very difficult position. Still, warm support for iPlayChessLive. We are proceeding with a 10-minute rapid games. Thanks iPlayChessLive for the game, and I hope next time you do it better in the position that you had against me. So just use the idea of c3, keep the bishop pair, and things are gonna be fine. Next game, we are playing against a very difficult account name, ENHH but wow, what a name. So we have Spanish with a move. Main Spanish or not the main Spanish? Yes, main Spanish. Let's play the exchange. Spanish bishop takes c6. I play Chess Live. Most welcome. Thank you very much as well for your support, for being here with us. And you are the technical guy. And we used, by the way, the B and the T against you. So, this is of course still theory here. We have typical position in the exchange Spanish. Queen should be taken. Our guy is thinking. This is a little bit strange because it is just the beginning of the theory. So in case you know the theory, you take the queen. In case you don't know the theory, let's see what is gonna happen next. He takes. All right. So it's clear that he doesn't know the theory. He still plays the best moves. This is a level of, once again, Fabiano Caruana number 2 here, because he plays the best. To find bishop d7, not so easy over the board. Of course, this is still theory, but he doesn't know it because he's thinking, otherwise he play just quickly. And b6, yeah, it is also the best. So we play against unbelievably strong player once again. Once again, we're facing a cyborg. Unbelievable how good are the guys. a5 is not the main, rook e8 is the main, but a5 is also perfectly fine. So the idea for white is now to doubling up here on the d file. And we try to be a little bit better in the endgame because we have 4 pawns versus 3 pawns. This is the main idea for white. So let's see. Let's see what our opponent is going to play. Bishop on d6. I don't like this so much, but it is playable. For white, the main idea in case of bishop on d6 is usually, okay, we have 2 different ideas. One idea, knight on d5, knight takes b6. Idea of rook on d1, followed by rook takes d6, but all of that is not perfect. Bishop f4 is usually the best. So please remember this idea of bishop on f4, because once we change the bishops, we have just a better endgame. Our opponent doesn't understand that he needs to keep the bishops after fantastic play in the early stage of the game by our opponent. Now he starts to play very, very strange, because he found the best theoretical play, which is usually very, very difficult over the board. Knight on c6. Knight wants to get to d5, but we are putting our knight on b5, so there is this pressure here on the d file. It is slightly better for white, I would say. Not much, of course, but might be slightly better. Let's see how the game develops next. We would like to get knight on d5 and be just a little better. Knight on e5. My idea was to play knight on d5. We have the check here. We attack the pawn, and the knight cannot be taken because we have knight e7 followed by rook takes d8. How do you like my trick? Nice one, no? Let me know in the chat section, how do you like the trick of knight on d5? Pawn is under attack, so what can our opponent do? He takes on b5. Wow, what is that? Knight e7 here, take. He wants to take on a4. Maybe it's actually not that easy, but we will be playing the move knight on e7. We have the exchange up position. Should be better for white to my understanding, because we are having the exchange. How this can be not better? So the pawn is under attack. We can play first the move f4. Where to go with the knight? The knight is going eventually to f7. And then we can go with the move rook on d2. But then we are not active any longer, so we try to keep activity. I don't like this b3 so much, because the a-pawn theoretically could be walking, but b3 seems to be the right play. So b3, the most logical continuation here. Let's see where the bishop is going next. And we should try to be active, so it means we don't have this kind of slow play here. The position is very, very tactical. I think white is doing for sure better. He is changing the knights, if this is a good plan. So we can take, he's gonna take with the bishop, then he's gonna play the move b5, a4. Yeah, this is not so easy, by the way. Let's calculate. Take. We play the move f3, he plays the move b5. We go king f2, a4. Take, king a3, here a2. Not 100%. Not 100%, I would say. So we can go with the move rook here on d7. So we're winning a tempo. We will be taking the g7 pawn. He takes e4. Also not 100%. Not so easy. Not so easy. It must be a winning position for white, but not so simple. So we can go rook on d7 in case he goes here. We take. We go knight on d5. Maybe this is what we should play, but here he is going to go back, probably knight e5, then we go just rook on d2. So this is a win in my view. So we have these two options to take. Looks like a win, but it is not 100%. This is the issue, that yes, it might be a win, but it might be also not a win. And this is why I think the move for rook on d7 is looking better here. I will be playing the move for rook on d7. It's not so clear to take. He has this b5, a4, he has c4. The two pawns are so quick. By the feeling, white is doing better, but not 100%. So let's go with the move rook here, because it looks like 100% better. In case he has to return, I will be just playing somewhere back. Then we play the move f4, and it should be much better for white. So no risk, no risk. This is what I would also advise you. Take your time in case you're doing better. Take your time in the conversion of the advantage, because sometimes what seems to be very, very good might be not very good. A rook on d1. Next move, we will be playing the move f4, so we are getting ready to push our e-pawn. We have a very, very good position here with the white pieces. Bishop c6. Interesting that he's always giving up on his bishop. Why is he doing that? I don't know. So let's play the move f4, because it looks too good not to be played. He should never give the bishop, because the e-pawn will be walking. I don't know. This is looking so weird to allow white to take on c6. So of course we're gonna take now on c6, and next this pawn should be a queen. He likes to play the move knight on e3, but we have easy defense like rook on e1. I think we also can play the move h3 here. Rook on d2. Next is king on f2, and we're just catching the knight, if I'm correct. Do we catch the knight? Yeah, it seems like we do. So let's go with the move h3. We are attacking the knight. If the knight goes here, we're gonna catch it by rook on d2 or a rook on c1, followed by the move king on f2. If the knight, of course, goes here to h6, this is a terrible knight. This is basically being like a knight down. We can play the move e5, e6. It looks like a win. So we will be pushing. Our opponent plays the move knight on e3. What is his idea? If I go here and next is just winning the knight, is there something that I'm missing? Otherwise we are just winning the knight. Let's double check. Rook here. We would like to play king on f2. We would like to win the knight on e3. Is there a defense? Because I don't see a defense. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't see a defense. So I play the move for rook on c1. Next move is king on f2. We are winning the knight on e3. And it is going to be a game over. Avocado is back. Yeah. Welcome, Avocado. Wow. He wants to give us the knight, or... I don't understand. I don't understand the play of our guy here. The knight is under attack, so what do we want to do? You want to take, but then the e-pawn is just a queen. Very, very strange. Seems like it is almost a winning position now for white here. In case you are enjoying so far my comments, push the like button a little bit. We are under 100 likes, so modest on the likes. The VChess community, most modest community, even modest on the likes. Yeah, we are winning because of obviously the e-pawn is passing, so let's go with the next game. No likes. And are we getting close to the 10k subscribers? Yes, we are getting close. So in case you're enjoying so far, like and subscribe, of course. Next game we have breaking chess against us. Let's go with the move g6 against breaking chess. Bishop on g7. We play the Pirk with a move c6. I like this Pirk a little bit more than the usual d6. Because c6, it's like you would like to play the move d5 and d6. Now we have bishop on d3. What is that? It gives us the pawn. Alright, we're gonna take the pawn. Why to play the move bishop on d3? This is amazing. He just gave us a pawn like it would be not his pawn. Wow. Okay, let's go back. Now we have a pawn. Not bad to start the game with an extra pawn because your opponent just gives you the pawn. d5. Let's get the center. e5. Normal. This is normal. Bishop on g4. Let's get the second pawn. After we're winning one pawn, we should go immediately for the second pawn because we are greedy. As Kasparov said, chess player must be greedy, so we are being greedy. What is the plan of our opponent in this position? I don't know what is his plan. Very difficult to say. So we can go here. He wants to push eventually. Okay, let's go with the move e6 just in case to give him 0. We take all and we give 0. So long castle and then knight on d7. Now the e5 pawn might be falling. Bishop at e4. I think we are doing so good here because we have the extra pawn, plus there is no obvious compensation for white in this position. Let's bring the pieces into the game. This pawn wall is so solid. We're taking on f3. Also, this structure is not very promising, so we start the attack here on the queen side. We play where we are stronger because there is no counterplay here for white, or at least I don't see the counterplay for white, so I'm not afraid. Next, knight on b6, maybe then b4, maybe next. It's also queen a5. We have always the option of long castle. In case we need the long castle, we can do the long castle. Our guy here is not scared of losing another pawn. Our friend is fearless. I don't know if this is a good idea to be fearless in this position. The pawn is going to fall. So let's go queen c7. I would like to see if he's just going back with a rook, because psychologically it's difficult to play a rook g1 then immediately to come back, because you're feeling that, yeah, I should not have done that. It's a very bad feeling. Next we will be maybe even playing the move a6, getting ready for the c5 push. Then let's go here. We have the c5 idea, and of course, what a pawn wall. No, what do you think, guys? How do you like that? How do you like my pawn wall? From rated from 1 to 10. Is it a real pawn wall or is it just a joke? Let's go long castle, get the king here. We are not only being a pawn up, but we have as well a better position, so there is no rush here. We can enjoy a little bit. a4, he tries to open the position. It is making sense, but the thing is that you are opening into what exactly? We have the move knight on c5, for example, so black is doing better here. This is not dangerous, the a file, because I'm gonna play the king b7 and rook on e8, so it makes even maybe the things easier for black. That's why I've been, of course, not afraid of this opening. Bishop takes b5. Wow, what is the idea? I don't know. So I will be taking, I think, because why not? Let me take. The knight is getting to d6, but this is just lost. So queen on b6. We are having the extra piece. Knight f5 is coming. In case of knight on d6, there might be take and take on b2. So is it not a game over? It should be a game over now. Knight on d6, as we planned. Rook takes. It is not a must play. I can go just king c7 also. It is completely winning, but I think it is just a checkmate. So take. We are taking. He goes here. We are checking him. King goes here. No checkmate yet. Is it not a checkmate? It should be a checkmate. Hard to imagine that this is not a checkmate, so he can go here. I go knight on b3. This is a checkmate. So knight on b3 is a checkmate. Yeah, I think it is a forced checkmate, so we take. And now we will be delivering a beautiful checkmate to our opponent, because I think it is just a game over. Maybe there is something that I am missing, but I think it is just a checkmate. And actually it's going to be a checkmate with a knight. So it's going to be a beautiful checkmate. Our opponent, or it's not a checkmate with a knight. Maybe no checkmate with a knight. Let's see. Let's see how the game is going to develop, but we are doing very, very well. So king on d1. Of course, we can play something like knight f5. It is completely winning, but look at this beautiful checkmate in my opinion. So we give a check. This one is forced. There is nothing else. We give a check. King e3 is forced. Again, there is nothing else. So we can give now check here. And then we can give a check on a4. The king is running, and of course we'll be giving a checkmate. Just I'm thinking what should be the most beautiful checkmate in this position, because we have several ways of giving a checkmate. Okay, I think knight on f5 is pretty nice. This checkmate is also nice, by the way, but then the queen is going to be played somewhere, so yeah. Let's play knight on f5. Poor king. Poor white king is running and running and running. This is tough. Now, simple checkmate, or should we go for some beautiful checkmate? How should we do that? Also, this is almost a checkmate. King here, check king there. Wow. Okay, let's go queen a4. Maybe we have something better, but I'm giving just a simple checkmate. But maybe we had a better option. King is now on g5. Funny enough, have you ever seen position that is something similar to the current one? Is it not fantastic? And now we give a checkmate to the king on f7, so it's gonna be by force. Take a look at that. It's gonna be very, very beautiful now. Of course, there are so many checkmates. We can do any kind of unforced move and it's gonna be a win. But we have the f6 checkmate. So nice. f6. And queen e8 is a checkmate. King is solo. Solo king on g6. Not a good idea. It's like you're fighting alone against an army. Usually it is not working out well, so now we have the beautiful checkmate on e8. Yeah, what a run of the white king to g6. Cool. Okay, in case you're enjoying my comments, push the like button, and of course subscribe to VChess for more educational chess content. We are still not over 100 likes. What is going on in today's stream? And I will be playing now the London system. So usually I don't like to play the London so much. I advised you that it is not the best. Okay, now we cannot play the London because we have the move c6. Still, okay, let me play the London. It doesn't matter that there is c6 on the board. So I'm playing the London system. For those of you who are playing the London, maybe it's gonna be an interesting game, even though, okay, this is not like the sharpest setup ever. Black basically agrees to have this kind of slightly worse equal position. And for white, we have usually the move c4, so we cannot play the London because our opponent is not allowing us to play the normal London system. To play knight on d2, it is possible here, but it makes sort of little to no sense to play knight on d2 because white puts the knight on d2 now. That's why let me proceed with a move c4, so we cannot play the London. I wanted, but I couldn't. So we have the move c4. Let's see what happens next. And then we have knight on f6. This is normal. Now we can go knight on d2 or with the move e3. Let's go e3. And we are over 100 likes. 101, yeah. Excellent. 101, that's a good number. Knight on c3. So now we have this kind of, I don't know what it is. It is like Grunfeld mixture of something. Grunfeld plus something. So bishop on e2. Let's see if we have this knight on h5 being played by our opponent, or if he chooses to take on c4. Everything is pretty standard for the moment in this position. I tried to play the London, but I couldn't because our guy didn't allow us. Maybe the next game we'll get a chance to play the London. I'm gonna try again. Again, to my understanding, London is not the best. It gets so popular, but I don't know why, because mostly these are boring positions because you're always doing the same. You have like 2-3 ideas that you try to play every game. Literally every game is the same. 2-3 ideas, yes, but why is it such a fun to play the London? I don't get it. Now bishop on g4, we're gonna play the move cd because he would like to take on c4. I didn't want to allow him this, and bishop g4 is giving us a little bit of time to play the move h3 next. So we hope to get the bishop pair. We hope to be like a little bit better in this position. Very, very little advantage potentially. Knight on d5, yeah, not a bad play, but still we're gonna take the knight on d5. These positions are, yeah, very, very little better for white. Very, very little better. Of course, we should get rid of the bishop on g4. So I'm asking the guy, what do you want to play next? Endgame? That's alright. Let's play the endgame. No problem. So let's see what happens next. We might be doing a little bit better with the white pieces, but it is a very, very small advantage, of course. This is not a big advantage. He wants to go for the endgame. Okay, let's go. King takes. It's not bad to have the king in the center, of course, in an endgame. So I'm not worried that my king is on d2. Actually, now he's also thinking very weird. Every move he does is like 10 seconds. We are playing strange players here on chess.com. So many, so strange. What can I say? In any case, we have a slightly better endgame because our king is pretty well positioned at the moment. We should play this rook on c1, getting back with our king. This is normal. Then we try to push here a little bit on the queen side. So instead of having like the king on g1, we'll be having the king on e1, which is not bad. Which is, of course, not bad at all for white. So step by step, let's advance in the current endgame. In case you have some questions, please do ask your questions in the chat. We have very many good guys here in the chat. The chat is great, many strong players. So, oh, he gives me the bishop pair. Okay, now we will be pushing in this endgame for forever. Bishop pair for free. It means long suffering for our opponent. It's not gonna be easy to equalize here. We have rook on d8. Idea is simple, to play the move e5. Usually I should put my king here on e2. This would be normal. He would like to get this knight on d7 and e5. We have to stop that. So how to do that? How to stop the guy from playing the move e5? Okay, first I think this is normal because there's just nothing better. King e2 is looking normal. Next we'll be start thinking, because at the move e5 we should play the move d5. This is like the core idea. So we might be going away to have e5, d5. If we get the d5 play, we are doing better with the white pieces. This is a position with a small advantage for white, but it is a pleasant advantage, so why not to play position that is just a little bit better. Zero risk. Plus, who knows how the game is gonna be developing. For example, on a high level, people love to play positions like this because zero risk and you're pushing, so you might be or winning the game or eventually making a draw, but it is without a risk. So on a high level, it is very much appreciated to play positions where you're not in danger of losing the game. Of course, this is usually just on the high level, but still, this is the way it goes. With the big guys, the top chess players of the world, they absolutely hate to risk to lose the games. So just a couple of them is very aggressive, but the rest is like, yeah, they don't like to be under pressure. Even the great Magnus Carlsen is so rarely under pressure. Very, very rarely. You can almost never find Magnus Carlsen being like under mating attack or similar. Super rare. I speak about classical chess, of course. In Blitz, Rapid, this is completely different. So in classical chess, you see almost never Magnus Carlsen being under pressure. So I think it's a clear sign that he doesn't like it, and most of the top chess players as well. Knight on a6. What is the point of this? Where is the knight going? To b4 and to d5. But I think the idea for black should be to play the move e5, not knight on d5. Because even if you get the knight on d5, it's going to be still a worse position. So I don't know if this is a good play. Maybe there is c5, but this is also absolutely wrong because white plays the move c5 for black. It makes no sense. What we should do with white? With white, we should slowly advance on the king side and on the queen side. That's why let's get first the rook into the game. Rook on d1 cannot be a bad play. Let's start with it. Then I would like to play the move g4 in case I can. We get the bishop here on g3. We play an h4, h5. So we will be advancing on queen side and king side simultaneously. The main idea for black is usually to play the move e5, but after knight on a6 instead of knight on d7, now it's getting super hard to play the move e5, so not the best, not the best. Of course, the game is in progress and it is by far not over or similar, but I think white is doing a little bit better. We're playing the move a3, the knight is getting here, but that's alright, because we just go back. There is no c5, there is no e5. White should be doing better. Of course, let's see. Let's see what happens next. I have the bishop pair, and I will be trying to keep my bishop pair for as long as I can. Knight on b6, this is the idea, or I don't know what is the idea, so I will be just bringing my last piece into the game. You see that king in the center is doing well, so we have now the rooks well positioned. Next stage is to push a little bit with our pawns on the king side, just to gain some space for later. Never a bad idea. The second idea could be to play somewhere the move d5, but for that we need to have the knight from b6 being removed. So let's see how the game is going to develop next. But we are having this kind of plus equal endgame, long play, but it is just slightly better, so it's a very pleasant play. c5 is still not possible because the pawn on b7 is under attack, so we are playing g4. We are playing exactly according to the plan we had. We are not switching the plan. We play move by move. We would like to gain some space. We would like to keep the bishop pair in the best case we can. e6 also black is doing very solid, obviously, because it's not easy to break this position. Somewhere we have the idea of b4, b5, but we should wait with it, so no rush here. h4, as we wanted, we are getting more space. We're gaining space. Now there is this bishop on d6 potentially coming next, which is making, I mean, it's a good play. It's a good play by our opponent. Still, to change the bishops is everything else than easy. We can play now, for example, this move. He plays here, we play the move bishop g5, so we are not giving up on our bishop pairs. There is some kind of knight on d5. I go here. Can he potentially play bishop e7? Not sure, but maybe. We can also go with the move bishop on e4, followed by the move f4, which is not bad. So a couple of good options here, but I don't like to play the move f4 when we have the bishop on d6, so I think I should not play that. So how can we get this kind of plus equal squeeze in this position? We should be able to do that somehow. Maybe bishop f4 is not so bad. So let's go bishop e4. Even if he changes now the bishop, we are still doing a little bit better. But of course, we should not let it happen instantly, so let him suffer for it. There will be no easy change of the bishop. Bishop on e7 makes sense. Yeah, he would like to provoke me to play the move g5 to have this bishop on d6, but still it is slightly better for white after the move h5, so... On the other hand, I don't think he wants to take, because we have the move g5, so maybe is it time for us to play the move e4? Could be, because it's getting a little bit tactical there, but... I don't know if it's time to play the move e4. It's not a must play, so... There is like no need to play it, it's just okay to play it. I don't know, or maybe just this rook on h1 is also good. Just a simple play, we're doing slightly better. We will be pushing for a long time, but bishop e7, very strong play by our opponent. A bit unusual, but very good play. So, how should we put in the pawns? I think g5 is the best. And let's see what happens next. So... we are doing slightly better bishop d6 next, yeah, but it's amazing that he plays bishop e7, bishop on d6. It's some kind of level of a very strong chess player, because who else would ever think of that? So, we are still doing better, but our guy started to play fantastic chess. So it's not gonna be easy. Bishop here is normal, because we would like to play the move f4. We are pushing. We're in this slightly better endgame for white. Our guy is defending fantastically. He wants to play the move h6 or he doesn't. So difficult even to say, because he started to play so well. Should we go with the move h5? I think we should. Not bad to put the pawn to h6 or potentially to keep it on h5. Rook on d8. What is a threat? Is there a threat? Not yet, not yet. So let's just play the move f4. We are advancing. As you can see, black is still under pressure. Slowly, we are advancing. Knight on d5. Good play, good play. Now rook on h1. So I still have the option h6. I still have the option to take on g6. I keep it flexible. And let's go with the move rook on h3, I guess, but not sure if this is a good play, but let's go. Rook on h3. I try to win control over the h-file. There is still nothing that black is capable of doing here, so black is a little bit paralyzed. Not so many moves here for black. Next move might be king here, but first I will go rook on h1. Of course, rook h8 is risky, because now this ag or h6 is possible. h6 immediately, I saw that he will be running with the king back, but maybe I could have gone h6. I can still go with the move h6. So this is of course better for white, because he needs so much time to be alright, but it is not a win. So let's put the king here. And maybe let's advance now on the queen side. Potentially we should aim for this h6 play in the right moment. So maybe b4. Let's advance now with our pawns. Of course, we don't give the bishop. We are waiting to play ag or h6. We have these two options. I think you feel that black is under pressure. It is not an easy position for black, because we are advancing slowly, but yeah, we are. We are advancing. Now he's already giving me this bishop takes b5, so it means I can take first on g6. There is no more ag because this pawn endgame should be easily winning. And in case there is no pawn endgame, then we will be also winning, I think, in the rook endgame. So we waited patiently to take on g6. Finally, we're getting a chance to take. And yeah, now black is under big pressure here. h7. Obviously not so good, so we can take, play the move, rook on c1, but then it's rook c8. Is this a winning position for white? I think we are very close to be winning, but on the other hand, white to take, we still have a beautiful position here. There is no rush, in my opinion, so maybe. Let's go first with the move a4. We are progressing. The rook on h8 is having no squares, literally no squares. Our opponent is trying to defend as good as he can, but this is a tough position to be defended. Next idea should be to play the move b5, so maybe let's go back for one move. Let's see how he's going to react. He is not reacting at all, so we are gonna play the move b5. Slowly, black is under pressure here. Can we go with the move e4? By the way, is it not a win to give a check on c7? No, he goes knight on e7, so it's not a win. So let's take back. No problem. Let's go back. Bishop e4, king e4, or e4 is going to be played next. Slowly, we are advancing with our position here, and bishop e4 is looking very good. He's gonna go back probably, but this is almost a winning position for white, I would say. But also this bishop on c4 is looking very good, because what to do with the pawn on e6, and we might be playing king on e4 next. You see, that's kind of step-by-step game. It is a boring game, of course. It is not very exciting, like some combinations or something like that, but it is so practically strong play. Step by step advancing in this endgame. We've been having more space, then we gained a little bit more and more. So it's like step by step trying to crush your opponent. Bishop on b3. Now we would like to take. He doesn't care, so we will be taking, of course, and taking the pawn on e6. We gained the pawn. And it looks like it's gonna be a game over soon, so we have the move d5. Now we should not allow the guy, I think, to push, or what is the easiest way to win in this position? Maybe knight rook here is the easiest way to finish it, because I don't think there is a defense. Is there a defense? Is there something black is capable of doing? No, there is no defense, so we go now here. And we are advancing. You see that this is a game over here, step by step. We are almost there. e4. Oh, he gives us a pawn. All right, let's take. Let's take. Now let's check. Let's go here. Let's go f5. How do you like that? How do you like our pawns here? And we are almost there. Next move is a checkmate with the pawn f7. So I think quite nice. Quite a nice positional win, like step by step. It was looking boring, but you saw we gave our opponent almost 0 chances to come back, which is crucial. So we played it step by step. We gained more and more space. The advantage got bigger, and finally we are winning this endgame. So quite educational, I would say. You can try same stuff in your games, like step by step. Very crucial. Don't give any kind of counter chances for your opponent. This is the key. The key is not to win in a crazy game, because in case you just play crazy games, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But in case you can control the game, it means step by step you're capable of winning. This is the real strength. Of course, again, not easy, and it takes a lot of patience. but I would advise you to try it in your own games. Alright, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream so far. Push the like button, subscribe to VChess in case you are. I will be back today evening, Dubai time. That's it from today's Sunday morning stream. I think it was nice. We played some interesting games. We played some interesting opponents. Some opponents been too strong for us, but yeah, this is sometimes what is happening. And usually this is just happening online. But what to do? This is 10-minute rapid game on chess.com. So, wish you all a great Sunday. I hope to see you in the evening. Like, subscribe, tell your friends about our channel, VChess. We do educational chess material. As we say on VChess, one smart move at a time. Wish you all a great Sunday. See you in the evening, and bye.